Hello students, welcome to my channel. The name of my channel is Sudisha. Before we start with my content or presentation, I'll request you all to please like and subscribe to my channel so that I get motivated to make more such contents and upload it on my channel. In our today's class, we are going to learn how to write formal letters, and these letters are as per CBSE syllabus for class 10. Which is there in our English language and literature. I'll be using bilingual language, that is English and Hindi, for the better understanding of all students. So the same if I repeat in Hindi, आज की इस क्लास में हम हाउ टू राइट फॉर्मल लेटर्स कैसे लिखे जाते हैं, उनका क्या स्टाइल है, उनका क्या फॉर्मेट है, व्हाट आर द डूज एंड डोंट्स, क्या चीज़ हमें लिखनी है, क्या चीज़ हमें नहीं लिखनी है, कैसे हमें मार्क्स मिलेंगे, क्या ओपनिंग सेंटेंसेस हैं, क्या क्लोजिंग सेंटेंसेस है, इन सब के बारे में आज हम इस क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे. Students, let's discuss the classification of letters. They are broadly classified into two parts. One is formal and one is informal. जैसे ही नाम हमें सजेस्ट कर रहा है, formal letters are written for business purposes and to the authorities for various suggestions, inquiries, complaints, etc. Informal letters हम basically अपने friends or relatives को लिखते हैं, and the major differences about the word limit and your use of language. As the name suggests, formal letters में हम formal language use करते हैं, word limit है, we cannot go on writing and writing and writing, whereas in informal letter, जिसको हम friendly letter भी कहते हैं, उसमें there is no word limit, and you can use the phrases, idioms. Basically you can play with the language. मतलब आप अपनी मनचाही English language use कर सकते हैं, और फॉर्मल लैंग्वेज फॉर्मल लेटर्स में आप ये यूज नहीं कर सकते हैं. इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड आई हैव गिवन द ब्रॉड डिफरेंसेस which are there between formal and informal letters. In this part of the presentation or class, we are going to see the differences between formal letters and informal letters. जो फॉर्मल लेटर्स होते हैं उनकी लैंग्वेज इज वेरी फॉर्मल, उनकी एक वर्ड लिमिट होती है, उनका एक स्टाइल होता है, उनका एक फॉर्मेट होता है. बेसिक डिफरेंसेस. जो इनफॉर्मल लेटर्स होते हैं, यूजुअली हम अपने फ्रेंड्स, रिलेटिव्स, पेरेंट्स को लिखते हैं, कोई वर्ड लिमिट नहीं होती है. यू कैन प्ले विद द लैंग्वेज, यू कैन यूज योर favorite idioms, phrases, proverbs, and you can use certain words like hi, hope, you are in pink of health, etc. Okay, and they are, you can express your feelings in a free way in informal letters, but not in formal letters. So just let's take the recap. For formal letters, they are usually written to the officers or for business purposes. Informal letters, they are for relatives, friends, etc. Then use of formal, direct and polite language. You can also use direct and simple language, but limited use of phrases, idioms and proverbs. Whereas in informal letters, the language is very much informal. You can play with the language. Free usage of phrases, idioms, proverbs are allowed. Then all types of formal letters have the same general format. General format is same for all formal letters. And in informal letters, बहुत ही simple, very simple general format is there. Then informal letters are further divided into various types, like letter to editor. जो भी क्लास 10 के बच्चे हैं उनको पता होगा, we have basically 4: letter to the editor, letter of complaint and suggestions, letter for placing order, letter of inquiry. These are the 4 types of letters we have in class 10. In sub letters की specific general format is same better, but the specific format of each type of letter is different. But जब हम आते हैं informal letters पे, तो there is only one simple format for informal letters. There is no specific format. Then very important thing, specific word limit is there for formal letters, but for informal letters, there is no specific word limit. And as per as class 10, current CBSE, formal letters are given 5 marks and informal letters are not there in our syllabus. So now we are going to discuss about the general format of formal letters. All formal letters, basically four types which we have discussed, that is letter to editor, letter of complaint and suggestions, letter for placing order, and letter of inquiry. All of these letters, they have the same general format. The specific format is a bit different that we will be discussing in details when we'll be discussing each of this letter type. So let's discuss the general format. I always tell my students to remember 9 points. The first one is sender's address. Second is date. You can leave a line after date. Then we have receiver's address, subject, salutation, followed by introductory or opening paragraph. Then we have content or body where we discuss about the topic or the subject matter given in the question. Then we have concluding or closing paragraph followed by signature. Signature again has three main parts: thank you, yours truly, name, and then you can write designation if it is given. So ये है हमारा general format. Students, you can, before practicing any letter, you can always practice general format. Just writing these 9 points, you can just practice the general format and then start writing your letter. The opening or introductory paragraph and closing or concluding paragraph for each specific formal letter is same. So if you learn the opening and the closing paragraph, I tell you, your 70% of the formal letter writing is done. Students, let's discuss the rules and points to remember for general format of formal letters. There are 9 parts. So let's start with the first one, that is sender's address. Two options can happen. One is if the address is given in the question, then we have to write the same address. The second part, the second type, if the address is not given in the question, then what should we do? Then we have to use fictitious address. Okay. Second part में अगर address नहीं दिया गया question में तो हमने क्या करना है? We have to use fictitious address. In this part, we have two parts, two options. Number one, example one, you see I have given house number hash ABC, lane 123, city PQR. इसमें आपने ध्यान रखना है whether you are using English alphabets or you are using numbers. They should not be same. For example, house number 123, lane or road number 123, city 123. This is wrong. Or house number ABC, lane ABC, city ABC. This is wrong. We have to use different letters or different numbers for house, lane and city. Second option आपके पास है, you can write examination hall and then city PQR. इसमें बच्चे or students make maximum mistake. Where? In writing the name of the city. If I have noticed, if I tell the students to write examination hall, which has to be followed by city PQR, city may mostly the students write the name of the city from where they are appearing for the examination. Whereas the CBSE strictly tells us that we should not disclose our identity or the place of examination in any form. Hence, we should be very, very careful with this. आप दोनों में से कोई भी option लीजिए, whether you take the first example option or the second one. But remember, you should not write down the name of the city from where you are giving your examination, because we don't have to disclose our identity. The next is date. You know, date consists of day, month, and year. Okay. So the day is written in the ordinal form. Ordinal form is the number with ST for 1, ND for 2, RD for 3, and then followed by TH. Example, 1 ST will become first, 2 followed by ND will become second, 3 followed by RD will become third, 4 followed by TH will become fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and it continues. Then we come down to month. Month में students, we write down the full spelling of the month. Example, JAN is not allowed, but JANUARY, January, is allowed. Similarly, no Feb, it is February. MAR no, March, MARCH. ठीक है? SCP, SEP is not allowed. September, OCT, OC is not allowed. October, meaning to say आपने full spelling of the month लिखनी है. Then we come down to year. We will write down 4 digits of the year. For example, 2026. After date, leave space. Then come down to receiver's address. Mostly, receiver's address is given in the question, so no problem. Write down the address which is given in the question. In case if the address of the city or any lane or something is missing, for example, something is missing, then same, use fictitious address like ABC, XYZ, that is there. But mostly in CBSE question papers, the receiver's address is properly given. Then we come down to subject, which consists of 5 to 7 words, students. There are two ways of writing subject. Since we write only 5 to 7 words, one way is the first letter of each word should be capital. Or you can also write the first letter of the first word to be capital. Okay. For example, suppose I write, there is a letter in which you have to write down to the letter to the editor about the pollution, the problem of pollution. So my subject is problem of pollution. So one way is I write P of problem capital, O of capital, and P of pollution capital, problem of pollution. Or I can only write down P of problem capital, O will be running hand, and pollution also, P of pollution will also be in running hand. These are two ways of writing. When we come down to salutation, that is sir, madam, we write. There are basically 3 types, because the way we write sir, madam, the closing also take place accordingly. Okay. If you write only sir or madam, then your closing will be yours truly. Y capital, T of truly will be small. If you start the letter with dear sir or madam, you need to close it with yours sincerely in signature. If you write respected sir or madam, then you should use yours obediently. The last one which I discussed now, that is respected sir or madam, it usually comes in the academic letters or in the letters which are written to the principals or the directors of the school or colleges. So out of those 9 points of general format of formal letters, we have discussed the first 5 points. Now let's come down to the sixth point. Sixth is the introductory or opening paragraph, which is specific for each type of formal letter. Then we have content or body, and then we have concluding or closing paragraph. This is also specific for each type of formal letters. Let me explain here for the students. After the salutation, the letter is divided into 3 parts, 3 paragraphs. The opening paragraph, the body or the content, and the third one is concluding or closing paragraph. Students, for each type of letter, like let's take the example of letter to the editor. Sare letter to the editors, maximum all types of letter to the editors, let me say, will have the same type of introductory or opening paragraph and same type of concluding or closing paragraph. Content and body will be different. वो different रहेगा क्योंकि it will be depending upon the topic or the content or the data or the information given in the question. But opening and closing paragraph will remain same. So how to learn the formal letters now? The first one is, if we know the general format of the letter, our 50% work is done. If we know how to write the opening and closing paragraph, another 25% of the work is done. So you see how easy it is to learn formal letters. So by just learning the general format of the letters and opening and closing paragraphs, we are done with 75% of our formal letters. Only 25% which is left, which is pertaining to the content or body of the letter. After closing or concluding paragraph, we come down to signature, which I told you consists of 3 parts. That is your thank you. T of thank will be capital, Y of you will be small, Then yours truly, sincerely, depending upon what salutation you're using. Y will be capital, T will be small, and then we write down the name and designation, what is given in the question. If name is not given, then you can write down ABC XYZ. Again, I'm repeating those three sentences again. If you are using sir, madam in the salutation, please close with yours truly. If you are using dear sir or madam in the salutation, close with yours sincerely. If you are writing respected sir or madam, which is in case of academic letters means you are writing letters to the principal or the director of the school or colleges, then you have to write down yours obediently, where Y will be capital and O will be small of obediently. Here, a very important point which is to be written or noted is that in no case you must write yours faithfully. Many students, many sample books, even I find the books of English where the letter writing formats are given, they have also written yours faithfully, which is absolutely wrong. ये हमने नहीं लिखना है. Now let's discuss the types of formal letters. The first one is letter to the editor. It could be local or national. The second one is letter of complaint. It could be for the various products or goods which you have purchased or against the services. The third one is letter of suggestion. And the fourth one is letter for placing order. There's another part of this placing order only, letter for placing order, which we call it as letter of cancellation of order. And the last one is letter of inquiry. Again, I repeat the same sentence. The opening or introductory paragraph and closing or concluding paragraph for each specific formal letter is of the same type. Students, the pictures in my presentation have been taken from the internet, though the content is mine. The samples of each letters will be put up in the description box for your help. You can take the advantage and refer to them wherever you are struck. But my advice to all of you will be learn the general format as well as the specific format and then try to write letter. If you get stuck anywhere, do take the help from the sample letters which I'll be uploading in the description box. Thank you once again. God bless you all.